All right, what is going on, everyone? It is Will here from Across the Plane, here to bring you some more sports content. And as you know here, we are all avid Timberwolves fans. And we figured we'd want to do some kind of breakdowns, analysis, things we like, things we don't like of the Timberwolves. It's been a tough season so far, but there have been some things to be excited about. We've got a lot of young, exciting players, so we're going to get into it. Once again, my name is Will. You can check me out on Instagram at mpls_outdoors. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and as well as check us out on Instagram and Twitter, all at Across the Plane. To my side is
Jake the Rookie, and that's THA, like across the plane, and lifelong Timberwolves diehard, and we're here to break down the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be going over the Nuggets game. This was the second game of our mini series. This was a game we lost, but it was close through three quarters. It was a fun game through three quarters, and then it kind of all fell apart in the fourth. So let's get into it. We'll start things off in the first quarter here, and we're going to be focusing on a lot of different things, but we're going to start things off with just D'Angelo Russell. We're fans of his game, but I think he takes a lot of mid-range shots that we don't necessarily like, or analytics. So here we see D'Angelo Russell just pulling up for mid-range, and these are just the shots that hurt the Timberwolves, I think, more so than help.
Yeah, it's not a high percentage look. I mean, it might be a good spot for him. Like, he likes shooting mid-range shots, but it's just don't run a play like that. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, those plays are going to hurt your team more so than they help. Next play we got here, Ed Davis at the top. Now, this is a great look. It didn't go in, but I really like this action here.
I like that play a lot.
We got Ed Davis at the top going to the dribble handoff off the off-ball screen from Juancho. And I actually like actions where Culver...
the double screen.
Yeah. Culver runs the point. And these looks, I mean, again, it didn't go in, but I like these looks 10 out of 10. Malik Beasley is probably going to make this more so than he's not. So really with the Timberwolves, it's about getting these open looks. There are times when we get them, but then we kind of go away from these offensive sets that work, and it's just so inconsistent. We get a good play like this and follow up with a couple of bad shots. So those are the things we need to work on, but this is a great play, great action, leads to a wide open shot that we just didn't miss. But
yeah,
Ed Davis with a nice offensive rebound.
Best shot in basketball is the open corner three.
Absolutely.
And able to get that right there.
Yeah, and next up, that's just a bad turnover by Malik Beasley here. We'll run that back. These are the types of plays that we really got to cut down on with Malik Beasley. He's really fun, a really fun player, but I think sometimes he just gets a little out of control, which leads to some bad turnovers like this one. And that's just going to be easy offense for the Nuggets all day long, or any good defensive team against us.
Yeah, he gets a little OC sometimes, and he pretty much told Barton where he was going with it.
Yeah, and this play I actually thought was decent defense. We definitely knew where the pass was going, but I thought this was actually pretty good defense.
It was about 45 minutes of really
D'Angelo Russell is just never going to be a great defender, and we really got to put him in spots. But I thought we put enough pressure on him to apply good defense. Now here, this was a play that really. I'm going to run this back. This was a play that really kind of frustrated me here, and this is the problem. The D'Angelo Russell conundrum, you might say. So I'll pause it right here. You've got Naz Reid rolling to the basket here. You've got Murray.
That's option one.
That's option one. You've got Barton, help side D, and that's going to be barbecue chicken. Naz Reid on Will Barton. He should get fouled or convert that. Option two, you got Juancho Hernan-Gomez wide open. I mean, you've got three people now focusing on D-Lo. And what does he do? He just pulls up for mid-range, and that to me is unacceptable. You've got to pass out of that look, and he's just settling for too many contested mid-range shots.
Yeah, it's two guys who have better shots if he passes the ball.
Oh, excuse me. So again, these are the looks that D'Lo has to cut down on, and just really get in his head that he needs to find the open man. I mean, there's
how efficient
I mean,
he is.
just to shoot that in triple coverage when you have a guy rolling to the basket and then another guy wide open for three, you really got to look out. And again, those are these shots that just kind of hurt the team. And I understand they're going to go in sometimes, but it's just not going to be enough.
Guide the basketball. He just kind of floats it up there and kind of guides it in. It just goes in.
Next up, a deep Wancho three. I actually kind of like the action that started this. I believe that's why I highlighted this. I would have liked it to see leading to a better shot.
He does really kind of guide.
I actually like these.
I like,
kind of floats
yeah,
it up
where
there.
D'Lo starts on the wing. I also like these sets.
But again,
and then travels to the top of the key.
Naz Reid, I think, would have been the first option here. I mean, right there you can see
yeah,
Jokic.
that's why we highlighted it.
Jokic has his eyes on the ball. Murray's following. Naz Reid should be the one. I mean, he has a wide open lane to the basket.
He has a layup.
So
if he just makes that bounce pass right there.
Yeah, bounce pass, go over the top. And he pointed at. It's funny here.
And then he points at him.
Yeah, he points at him. He's wide open here, and these are the looks that the Timberwolves need to get to stay in ball games. We just need to get easy looks. And a deep contested three is a lot tougher look than Naz Reid wide open lane, rolling to the basket. So,
But I think D'Lo should be the one to make that pass. But since he didn't, Wancho should be making that pass as well.
It's got to be a touch pass for Wancho. Like, he's got to make that pass right away.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and I guess Reid would have to roll more towards the left side of the hoop for it to be effective.
Yeah. So next up, we got Barton taking the ball up. And now this play, this is where the Wolves team defense needs to step up. You've got Millsap on an island with D'Angelo Russell. And now either Wancho, he just needs help. You cannot leave D'Angelo Russell on an island with a guy like Millsap. Now, I understand Murray's out there and it's Jokic, but Naz Reid here, I think, is the one who has to step up and get an extra body there. I mean, that's just going to be barbecue chicken 10 times out of 10. D'Angelo Russell has just zero chance of that.
What should happen at this, in my opinion, Wancho comes down, Culver goes over, and then Reid kind of plays at the free throw line, and Beasley stays where he's at, guarding the corner.
Yeah, I agree. But I will say, going off of this play, there is a play that we will cover a little bit later where they do actually make an adjustment to a similar look. So that was good to see. But again, this play, you've got to recognize that you just cannot have D'Angelo Russell on an island with a player like Paul Millsap. Again, he's going to convert that 10 times out of 10.
There it is. Millsap just got to 14.
Yeah. Barbecue chicken.
Absolutely. Next up, this was just a lackadaisical effort, a lackadaisical pass by D'Angelo Russell. This is another problem I kind of have, is in my opinion, he takes a little bit too long to initiate the offense. This was a pass that should have been more concise, and it just was too easy to see coming.
And it's pointless, if you ask me. Naz Reid with the ball right there is not what you want.
No, that far out on the block,
it's not a good position.
Yeah.
He had him a split second earlier if he really wanted to make the pass. But
yeah, exactly. It needs to have been earlier, and it just was really obvious that it was coming, led to an easy steal. Here's one that I wanted to focus on. It's just, again, and I understand this is off of a tip, but we've got to do a better job at communicating on defense. I mean, let's take a look at the top of your screen. We'll move Jake here. Right here, you've got two guys at Jokic, Wancho, and Naz Reid right here. You can just tell. Naz Reid does not know where he's supposed to be. Wancho's on Jokic here. And that just leaves Will Barton wide open for three. And again, Naz Reid is sitting there in the middle. I understand our zone sets are going to, zone works when all your guys know where to be, and we're really good at communicating, which the Timberwolves have a lot of work to do. And these are the looks that we allow all too often. Just wide open threes where players just don't necessarily know where to be on defense and don't know whose man is who.
Yeah, if Nas were to step out to the corner and Beasley step up, that's should have happened a lot earlier.
Exactly, which is what happened, but yeah, it just too late. So right here you see Beasley closing out and Nas sliding to the corner on Gary Harris, and that should have happened earlier if Juancho was going to be on Jokic. So that's something that we need to figure out, but that's going to be a wide open look at NBA players. That's about as wide open as you can get in the NBA. So again, those are the looks that we really got to cut down on.
Like a lot of his assists just come by making just a smart pass, and the system also gets guys open as well. The way they run their 5-out system and the way that they exchange on the backside, they cut.
And these are the types of possessions that just kill the Timberwolves. They start.
Granted, Beasley can make that shot, and he does a decent amount of the time.
Absolutely.
He does like to pull up off the dribble.
Yep, I agree, but I actually think what I would have liked to see here, pull this back, I would have liked to see him hit Juancho for the pick and pop right here. I think if he had hit Juancho right away.
Oh yeah, that's a good. And Juancho was hot at the moment. So I feel like that was a better shot.
Right
sure.
Here, you got Barton and Millsap focusing in on Beasley, the ball handler, and Juancho is kind of in the corner. I think that would have been the shot to take. And again, it's just these types of issues I think will get ironed out as the season goes on, as we gel, as we continue to play more as a team. But we just got to be more concise with our passes and with our decision making. So. Would have liked to see Juancho get hit for the open look there, but again, I think that will get ironed out. And this is a play. So going back, we were talking about the D'Angelo Russell left on an island with Paul Millsap. Same thing happens here with Beasley, but Juancho does actually come down and help. And this is actually a good defensive possession for the Wolves. Nas Reed closes out on three, and Juancho gets the block there. That is a great defensive possession for the Timberwolves. And that is something that we just don't see enough. But when we make these types of switches and we close out on the three, I know Nas he didn't need to jump kind of like that, but that's the right idea. Closing out on the three, switching the man.
And rotate.
And this is great defense. Juancho was in the right place at the right time this whole play. So that was good to see. And that's, again, leads to easy buckets. And the more easy buckets the Wolves get, the better. This is going to be our bread and butter all season. Running the fast break, getting steals, cutting to the basket. That's going to be our best looks.
Gomez there to pick up the change.
Yeah, can't get better than that.
And next up, just kind of a defensive lapse here. It's just those inconsistencies. We have a good defensive possession, and this is where I think Anthony Edwards needs to improve. Again, he's a rookie; he'll get it, but he just needs to get better about his off-ball defense. He doesn't. There's a lot of times where he's, so right here I'll highlight him and Jake.
He really didn't want to guard JaMychal Green.
Yeah.
He wanted Jake Layman to take him, and he wanted to go guard Harris. But you don't really have that option during the fast break.
Exactly.
You have to get the You gotta go make the right play.
Yeah. So he's kind of ball watching here, and then he looks over at Jake Layman to see. I think they're trying to communicate as to what they're doing, and in that split second, any veteran player like JaMychal Green is just gonna, hit the gas, and a player like Jokic is going to find him. Nas Reed could have gotten back quicker, but that's just an obvious lapse on the defense there.
That's the thing you can't teach right there. That's the genius of.
But Anthony Edwards, this is actually, there was some good, some bad. Now this is the bad, and we've got a lot of good coming for Anthony Edwards, but these are the shots that he's got to cut down on. And that's going to bring his efficiency a lot up if he if he stops taking these contested threes. Right here.
Yeah, he likes to do it, and he's made a few, which I think is a bad thing because it kind of reinforces the habit. But yeah, it's not a good shot to just rise up over Jokic.
Yeah, especially with 15 seconds left on the shot clock. You've got to try to get a better shot.
Especially when you got the mismatch with Nas Reed on Gary Harris right there.
Exactly. You got to identify that, you've got to find it, and you've got to hit that. Nas Reed, this was a tough game for him, but there was a lot of possessions where he should have had an easy look to the basket, and we did not find him. So next up, Anthony Edwards traveled, but this is going to be the start of where this is what I like to see. And I know he traveled, but these are the looks that we need. There'll be times when he pulls this up, but he needs to take this to the rim like he tried to every time. And again, I know he traveled, but this is the mindset that Anthony Edwards needs to be in. He needs to get the ball and cut to the rim. That's going to be his best looks. He's got a big body.
He has a great first step.
Exactly. And you know what? You can't knock him. I mean, obviously he traveled. That's all right. That happens a lot. But those are the things you want to see. Him making an effort to cut to the basket, which he does a lot more of in this game, which is happy to see.
Plus, Grant wanted a bigger role, as we talked about in the season opener.
This was a great play here. Timberwolves have had some troubles converting. We've had troubles converting layups here. But again, this was a great action. And I actually like a lot of our sets that are started off by Ricky Rubio. I actually like a lot. We have really good offense a lot of the times when we run it with Ricky Rubio initiating it. But I love all the screens set here. I love D'Lo getting the screen coming off the wing. And I love Jake Layman. This is Jake Layman's bread and butter. He's a player that has always found success when he's just constantly in motion. If we just focusing on Jake Layman here. Down in the paint, goes out to the corner three. He looks and he cuts the basket on Murray, which is a mismatch. And again, doesn't convert, but that's a good look. And those are looks you want to see. Lots of motion, which involves switching on the defense and attack those mismatches. Jake Layman on Jamal Murray, take it to the rim every time.
Yeah, it was a good look. Just gotta make those layups.
Making layups is an issue for the Timberwolves, that's for sure. Now this was a thing of beauty.
Absolutely, it's just Anthony Edwards makes a beautiful pass, and it's just a good play all around.
And again, back to what I said about some of our best offensive sets are actually initiated with Ricky Rubio at point guard. Nas comes up to set the high ball screen and rolls. Anthony comes around. And now, this is what you like to see out of your rookie. We pause right here. He's got JaMychal Green closing in on him. And he makes the right look. He makes the obvious pass. Collapses, has the defense collapse in on him, and he just hits Naz Reid for a beautiful bounce pass. Again, going back, easy buckets for the Timberwolves, easy looks for the Rook and Naz. If we can get more sets like these consistently, things will look a lot better for the Wolves. But this was seriously a thing of beauty, and hats off to Anthony Edwards. Got a bright future. We'd like to see this more and more throughout the games.
Behind the back, gets it back. Finds
and again, next up, these are just these defensive lapses from the Timberwolves. Again, the miscommunication between Jake Layman and Anthony Edwards here. So
Anthony Edwards is in no type of defensive position.
Yeah. So both Jake Layman and Anthony Edwards don't really know where they're supposed to be. Jake Layman's in the restricted zone, and Anthony Edwards is out on, I believe that's Monte Morris there.
Gets it back.
And again, these types of looks just can't happen. I mean, again, in the NBA,
that's PJ Dozier.
Or PJ Dozier, sorry. In the NBA, we see here JaMychal Green wide open, and Jake Layman is looking at the baseline.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, and again, that's going to be as wide open.
He knows what he's doing either. So
yeah, so these are those defensive communications, not the first lapse between Jake Layman and Anthony Edwards, but again, those are the things you need to see from Anthony Edwards, is that team defense improving, because otherwise it's just going to be leading to these just absolutely wide open threes. I mean, you cannot get more wide open than that in the NBA. You just can't ask for a more wide open pass, a more wide open shot. You got two guys down at the baseline, JaMychal Green, wide open for three. And again, NBA, that's about as wide open as it can be.
And there's nobody down low to even be guarding. They're kind of running a 5 wide out. So there's no reason Jake Layman needs to be in the restricted area.
Yeah, absolutely. Now this was a thing of beauty again. And these are the looks that we need to get more of. That are going to lead to Anthony Edwards finding efficiency, most importantly in the NBA. Because he's a great, we know he can score, it's just he needs to get, it's all about efficiency. So here we see Beasley with the dribble handoff to Edwards. Vanderbilt has entered the game. We're big fans of Jarred Vanderbilt. He plays hard, sets good screens here. Sets a screen for Anthony Edwards, rolls to the basket. Now, Anthony Edwards, we saw him make this pass last time, but he makes the decision that he knows he can finish it here. JaMychal Green's a little out of position, and he just, that's easy money. Anthony Edwards, easy buckets, easy money. Those are the actions you want to see. I love it when Vanderbilt, the actions that we see when Vanderbilt is setting the pick for Anthony Edwards, leads to really efficient looks.
Yeah, anytime you can get a layup, I love it.
Yeah. And we see the same action, Vanderbilt setting a screen, Anthony Edwards getting fouled. Again, this is going to be his bread and butter. He needs to get these, just cutting to the rim, get fouled, or get to the basket. This is
absolutely.
These are the things that I like to see. Get the contact, put his body in there, and get the foul. Get to the line. So keep that up, Anthony Edwards. There are a lot of really promising things in this game from him. But again, and these are the things with Anthony Edwards here. This is something I want to focus on. If we just focus in on Anthony Edwards on this play, he is standing still right here. He is not moving. He's at the top of the key, standing still. Campazzo is coming down to the wing. And for 2 seconds, Anthony Edwards has still not moved a step. And now him and Rubio are doubling up on Jokic at the top of the key, leaving.
Makes no sense.
This, again.
That's not the spot on the floor where you trap.
Again, too many times we can freeze these videos where the Nuggets are hitting a pass to a wide open three-point shooter. And this is the issue with our zone and having players who don't have the best team defense sense. It's gonna, Anthony Edwards, he's got to know to come out on Campazzo and not allow that. So that's, I don't think he makes this one, but again, they're going to make those a lot more times than not, and those are the looks that hurt the Wolves. So things to work on there, definitely just figuring out where to be for Anthony Edwards on defense. And here we got more Anthony Edwards Vanderbilt action. Again, didn't convert, but I like this shot a lot. Any of these actions where Anthony Edwards has a full head of steam with Vanderbilt setting the screen leads to good shots. And I know he didn't convert it, but to me, I like that shot. He's going to convert it more than he's not, or he's going to get to the line.
Yes, sir.
Well, Edwards hasn't, and of course he saw it at Georgia before the pandemic hit, but to see
all right, so this is the play that Jake highlighted.
Pick and roll. I haven't seen much of it, but see these sets where D'Lo starts out getting the pass on the wing from Beasley, they lead to good shots most of the time, other than D'Lo just dribbling on the top of the key.
Yeah.
I like him going to his left and initiating the offense from the wing.
And something I like about Vanderbilt is he's really concise with his movements. There's no second thoughts. He just goes. He sets the screen and he rolls hard to the rim. He gets a steal and just right away initiates the fast break.
That's a great pass by D'Lo.
Great pass by D'Lo. And again, we had highlighted some plays earlier where D'Lo did not find the rolling man. And so we got to highlight plays where he does find the rolling man. Here, we're really big fans of Jarred Vanderbilt. He plays hard. He plays good minutes. He's a great player on a screen and roll set. That's just going to be easy money. D'Lo can find that all day long. So great play, Timberwolves. We just want to see more of that.
Absolutely. And Jokic bullies Vanderbilt after the bucket.
Yeah. And again, that's just going to be barbecue chicken. Or no, sorry. This was actually the Vanderbilt steal. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is good defense.
Denies the entry pass and then immediately runs the fast
and that's
break.
that was going back to what I said earlier. He makes his decision right away. He sets the screen and rolls right away. He gets the steal right away. Just initiates the fast break.
Great anticipation.
Great anticipation leads to a nice dunk from Malik Beasley. these are the things you need to see more from the Timberwolves, that they need to do more consistently. Vanderbilt, this in my opinion was his best game he's had all season. Probably best game of his career. Just incredible play from Vanderbilt this game. I really was fans of the looks that he got.
Absolutely, I'll agree. I think did he get a double-double?
I don't think he got a double-double. He was close.
He got a double last night in the Portland loss.
And here's another Vanderbilt steal. Vanderbilt is honestly my favorite power forward that we have on our roster. He's really our only defensive-minded big that we have, which I think is really important for this team. We've got to have those guys where they're there to play solid defense.
Yeah, he
has a nice switch.
Puts out tremendous energy on the defensive side.
And it carries over.
Some of our guys
switches onto the guard, gets the steal, hits Juancho for the open three. Again, doesn't make it, but those are the things you like to see.
I think we could have maybe got a better shot. I think Culver was the right pass.
So actually what I was going to say, what I think I would have liked to see, you had Murray coming in so hot here. I would have liked to see Juancho. I think if he had just pump faked here, he would have gotten a better look if he just did a quick pump fake, because Murray was coming in so hot. But again, focusing on Vanderbilt on that play, that is just incredible basketball from Jarred Vanderbilt. I mean, they run the pick and roll. He switches onto the guard, gets the steal, initiates the fast break, hits it to the three-point shooter. So
I love how he's just on go. He just as soon as he gets the steal, it's fast break. And that's what you need off of turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, Timberwolves have the lead here. This was great defense. Again, Jarred Vanderbilt. I mean, he just climbs the ladder here.
It might have been goaltending, but I love the energy.
Exactly. Great energy, great effort. And he's one of those types of players where his energy carries over to other players on the Wolves, and that is necessary because we don't necessarily have one of those high-energy, defensive-minded players. He's just going to do wonders for us. Again, switches on to the guard here.
He has one of our high, I think, I'm not going to say he has the highest because I'm not sure for a fact, but he has one of the higher net ratings.
Yeah, absolutely does. But again, switches out to the guard, knows when to play help defense, and that leads to a great block there. Whether or not it's goaltending, doesn't matter. It's a great block, great play, great energy, great hustle.
And it didn't get called a goaltend, so it wasn't goaltending.
So here we are into the third quarter. And the third quarter was a great quarter for the Timberwolves here. We go into the halftime with the lead here. Come out, it's a close game here.
I mean, I have the rule book here, and I reference it when I need to. But
and again, I think this takes a little. It takes a while to initiate the offense here. Kind of leads to a lot of dribbling, but again, these are really good looks here, and I like Juancho and Jake Layman are really good as cutting men. You got Ed Davis sets a good screen, and Juancho just coming in with a full head of steam. Ed Davis kind of sets enough of an off-ball screen to give Jokic not enough space to contend that shot. And Millsap, he's a player that you can take it to the rim. Especially, I really like Juancho here. It's a very concise effort. He just gets a full head of steam right here. I mean, he's just going to blow past Millsap. Easy money.
Yeah, you're probably going to the free throw line or getting that layup right there.
Exactly. Great looks here. Another great look. And I actually really like when Culver initiates the offense too here. So here we go. We got Culver coming down. Juancho sets the screen here for a pick and pop scenario, and he has the choice to pick to pop or do this. Go to the rim. That's a mismatch. It's important for the Wolves to identify these mismatches when we do get a switch.
And that's a really sexy post move on the mismatch.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I believe I took it too far here. So yeah, here we are. Yeah, Juancho on Will Barton. I like that matchup all day. So more cutting, more post plays, more quick actions for the Wolves. That's going to be what we need to end up getting a win eventually if that will ever happen again. Here we go. We got Ed Davis at the top. We like to run a lot of these dribble handoffs. But again, pick and rolls are where D'Lo is going to find success. And we just do not run enough of them. I believe we highlighted in this video, I think we found every situation where we ran a true pick and roll with the rolling big. And it's very successful here.
Things get back online.
Just a quick, a soft screen on Gary Harris and is going to lead to Ed Davis for an easy look rolling to the basket. That's what we want to see more of here as a Wolves fans. Unfortunately, the 5-out current system that we run doesn't call for a whole lot of pick and roll with the big rolling to the basket, but I think we've got to start looking at that and figuring out a way to run those types of sets more often.
Good roll, but he's still working.
Yeah,
the free throw
for sure.
He's not a great free thrower. He's not a good shooter either.
And these are these defensive lapses here. Let's just take a look at D'Angelo Russell here. So his man should be Barton at the top of the key. We all know Barton's a good three-point shooter, great spot-up shooter. Now, and this is the problem with the Timberwolves. We just love to ball watch.
Yeah.
D'Lo here is just staring at the ball, looking at the ball here. And now he needs to drop back on Will Barton right here. He's just totally out of position right here.
And Barton sees the wide open spot on the floor.
Barton sees the wide open spot on the floor. Again, I don't think he converts this look, but D'Lo has got to do a better job of closing that out.
He's still working at the free throw situation.
I mean, I honestly, I've never seen anything like that. He kind of does like a Goku run here. The Dragon Ball Z Goku run where he puts his arms down. Now, I don't know where in NBA you're supposed to put your arms down instead of up. But again, these are the looks that kill the Timberwolves. Wide open
really
three-point
funny
looks.
Freeze, especially with the knees.
Yeah. So again, Goku. He's Goku Dragon Ball Z running to close out on three.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna foul, so there's that. But yeah, that's not really defense, if you ask me.
Yeah. Just kind of a funny freeze there of D'Lo, hands down, just Barton just pulling up the key. And again, doesn't go in, but those are the looks that killed the Timberwolves this game.
Way too easy.
Barton blocked by Vanderbilt.
That was legit.
Harris.
And I actually like this defensive possession here. I know it converted to a basket here, but
It was a good block.
it was a great block by Vanderbilt. It's just, again, D'Lo here, you cannot be going for these little ticky-tacky steals. So if you notice here, right here, D'Lo reaches in, and those are steals that you're either going to get a foul on or the player is just going to blow right past you, like almost every time.
He's already getting beat, though.
Yeah.
If you look at his feet, he's flat and he is not moving the correct direction. So
Yeah,
he was already beat.
Exactly. He's got to be ready to get on this first step. And so, yeah, he's already beat here. And now we do this freeze here. D'Lo's just in no man's land here. And again, arms down, Goku running, playing no defense. It's just the defense with D'Lo is a big issue, and we've got to figure out a way to cover it up better. And it will get a lot better with Cat and Okogie. We'll say that. It's really tough right now without our best defender and our best offensive player. But again, great block by Vanderbilt. Unfortunate that it just...
Great help defense.
Exactly. Vanderbilt has high IQ.
I wouldn't say he has high IQ. He has on defense though. He knows where to be, but on offense sometimes not the best. But right here he sees that they need his help.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, he contested this shot again, which made Gary Harris just. And that's a tough shot. I mean, as you see here, that's a tough contest shot. Vanderbilt's contesting that very well. And it's the NBA. You know what? Guys are going to score. Guys are going to score on good defense. You just want to see contested shots like this as opposed to wide open three-point looks like we've been seeing a lot of this game. So, great shot. Good defense, better offense. But again, that's all you can ask for the Wolves. That was a good defensive possession. And this was, again, we have a good defensive possession, and then we turn around the next, couple plays later and just total lapse of defense here. So let's focus in on the defense here, and really watch, Anthony Edwards and D'Angelo Russell. It's just they don't know where to be on these situations.
Yeah. Whenever we're running these zone sets, it kind of gets into this type of
wide open 3-point looks.
Yeah.
So
especially with Anthony Edwards on the floor.
Yeah. So here's a screenshot. We've got D'Angelo Russell and Jarred Vanderbilt watching the ball and covering Jamal Murray. You got Anthony Edwards and Juancho closing in on Jokic, which that is what Juancho should be doing. He should be coming down to help play that help side D. But Anthony Edwards shouldn't be this far down in the paint.
No, he should be up at the 3-point line.
Absolutely. And
he should never have synced down.
Yeah, this is a great pass. But again, an NBA caliber team, an NBA caliber point guard is going to find those looks every time. I mean, you look at JaMychal Green here at the top of the key, just wide open. And it's decent closeout by Anthony Edwards, but again, that leaves Will Barton wide open for a
wide open. And then D'Lo walks in to not help very much.
Yeah.
But
so just poor defensive position.
And there's no reason to be double teaming two guys at the same time.
No.
We don't need to tell you that.
And these are the Anthony Edwards looks that we don't like here. I know he hits them sometimes, but I actually think right here, he just takes too long here to make a decision, I think. Gets the pass to Juancho. And if he's going to pull up, I'd like to see him pull up right here, right away. Juancho's setting the screen. Instead of doing a pump fake and allowing the defense to reset, I would have liked to just see him pull up or just drive at the basket. Just be a little more concise. Make your decisions a little faster. It's going to lead to a little bit better looks here.
I want to see him go to his right.
Exactly. Right here. Cut around Juancho. And, I don't like these ISO threes for Anthony Edwards. I like kick-out threes to Anthony Edwards, but these isolation threes aren't going to be efficient looks for him. And he ended up on this game, he was 1 for 7 from 3, I believe.
He just made a few to start out the season, and I think he's sticking to him, but I'm pretty sure Saunders is telling him he doesn't like the shot either.
Yeah. And here we got more Anthony Edwards action with Vanderbilt. And again, these looks, we only saw this action a couple of times, but I believe it led to a foul or a bucket every time. So we got Anthony Edwards. Vanderbilt sets a hard screen here, rolls to the basket. The defense collapses here. Now, you could say, and again, I like this shot, and this is where Anthony Edwards can grow. He's eventually going to figure out that he can either score here, or, he's going to find out that he can kick it out to Juancho for 3 because the defense is going to start collapsing on him the way they did here.
I like the take.
I agree.
I've seen him make that pass too in the corner. He's able to do it, but I love when he attacks the basket.
Yeah, I love when he attacks the basket. I'm just saying it's eventually going to lead to those open looks, open corner threes, which is awesome. But again, awesome take. He goes to the basket strong, and he's a great finisher around the rim. Leading all rookies in field goal percentage around the rim. So, big, strong guy. Those are the looks you want to see.
Nuggets shooting display outside the arc. They're just 5 of 18, 28%.
Just like this. Again, doesn't convert. It's just rookie. He's going to have to learn how to finish with his left hand. But Vanderbilt sets the screen. He rolls the rim. And that's a look. That's where you got to finish with your left hand.
That's exactly.
But again, this is a great take. These are the looks you want to see from Anthony Edwards. He learns how to finish with his right instead of having to contort his back with the right-handed backspin. But again, he's open. I like that look a lot. These are looks I want Anthony Edwards to be taking a lot of.
Yeah, definitely want to see more shots in the restricted area.
And, I think that was a great pass out, and this is what I like to see. We got a great offensive rebound. kicks it out to Anthony Edwards for the corner three. JaMychal Green does a good job closing out. They do a good job closing out on Rubio. Keep swinging the ball. Find that open three-point look. And again, Juancho didn't convert, but those are the takes. Those are the types of shots you like to see from the Wolves, especially coming out from a nice offensive rebound.
And then Vanderbilt gets the ball back for us too with his hustle.
And so this is a play I wanted to highlight. Another play where D'Lo misses the roll man. And again, these are the looks where he's got to just find the man. Vanderbilt sets a good screen here, and right there, you got to hit him rolling to the basket. That's going to lead either to Vanderbilt getting a bucket, or it's going to lead to Anthony Edwards or Jake Layman on the corner being wide open. So just kind of a missed opportunity here. I know that's a tough pass, but it's a pass you got to make.
It is a tough pass. But it's a pass D'Lo can make.
It's a pass D'Lo can make, and even here, I would have liked to see Rubio just touch pass, like as the second he gets the ball, whip it into Vanderbilt. And if he frees the frame right here, I know JaMychal's closing in, but I think if you whipped it to Vanderbilt right away and he just takes it to the basket right away, which he's the type of player that does that, it's going to lead to a good look or a corner three for Anthony Edwards.
Absolutely. All you got is Jamal Murray down there. I want to see that pass to Vanderbilt right away.
But
too much hesitation.
But again, it leads to, and these are the looks that I like from Anthony Edwards. Didn't convert them, but he gets the ball and just takes it to the rim right away.
I really thought he was going to bang out on that.
Yeah, me too. But again, this is a great look. Obviously, it started out with D'Lo kind of missing the roll man, but this is a great play. He blows past his man. And in this situation right here, I will say, he should have hit Vanderbilt.
Cut into the basket.
But again,
rookie. We'll give him
those things. I like that take a lot from Anthony Edwards. The more he does that, and the less he takes contested ISO threes, the happier I'm going to be. And so, towards the end of the third, this is kind of where things got bad. There's a really sloppy turnover by Jake Layman here. He's got to learn. He's got to pass that ball sooner. That's just totally unacceptable. At least stop, set your feet, and make a decent pass. Don't rush it. That's just bad basketball there, and that's just going to lead to easy looks like this. And so, this is the issue with the Wolves. We play great basketball, and then we get to the end of the third, the fourth quarter. It's a close game, and then things kind of all fall apart. And everything that we've seen good, for the most part, goes away in the fourth. So this is kind of the start of the downfall of the basketball game, should we say.
Edwards.
And again, this D'Lo makes the shot, but these are the shots that kill the Timberwolves. I know it went in. I know that's D'Lo's game, but you've got to try and get a better shot because that's not a high percentage look. So again, it worked out there, but those are the types of shots that I'd like to see D'Lo take less of and take it to the basket a lot more.
But it's part of his shot DNA.
Yeah, he hasn't yet. I don't recall him even driving to the hoop if anyone else is in the lane.
So this is a great defensive possession here. And again, all of our best defensive possessions come when Vanderbilt's on the floor. You notice there's a couple of plays now where they set a screen and Vanderbilt switches onto the guard, and he does a good job staying in front of them. And tries to get the steal there. That's all right, doesn't. But then he immediately goes back and covers his man. Always has his hands up. Always going to be contesting shots. That's just great defense. Jake Layman with a great block. Great team defense from the Wolves there. The Wolves play good defense. It just happens in every now and then.
Yep.
All right, so Vanderbilt setting the screen. And, D'Lo can make those sometimes, but these contested mid-range shots, you just are unacceptable. I mean, This is the problem with our offense. You have too many guys just standing around right here, not really contributing.
And there's too much time on the shot clock for me to think that's an acceptable shot to take.
Exactly. He pulls up with 13 seconds left for a contested mid-range. These are the shots that just kill the Timberwolves, and this is the D'Angelo Russell conundrum. Also, I just highlighted this. This play kind of, it just was frustrating. D'Lo.
Our inbound sets from the side and that spot are usually not very good.
No, but so we have 3 seconds left on the clock when D'Lo takes this three. And the thing is, this was initially ruled as a shooting foul, but then they reviewed it, and as you see, D'Lo pulls up and his left hand is way out to the side, so they ruled, and he's actually kind of holding PJ Dozier's hand down, so this actually ruled an offensive foul. And I'm like, D'Angelo Russell, you've got to actually take a shot that you're attempting to make, because here you're pulling up with one hand, and I understand that you may have thought it's a foul, but you were going into that trying to get the foul, which NBA refs don't like. So
yeah, I mean, no refs like it.
So, and 3 seconds left, we could have gotten a better shot. So here we are in the fourth quarter. We still have the lead going into the fourth quarter, but just like the prior Nuggets game, we didn't hold the lead for that long. So we've got Anthony Edwards.
We had our issues.
And again, Anthony Edwards with the screening man is just going to be able to blow past defenders, especially one like PJ Dozier. And now you're sitting there with Campazzo as the only man in front of him, and he makes the right call, drives to the rim, and has a nice switch hand finishing with his left.
Finishes with the left.
Yep. Great play. But then, you know, these kinds of looks here. It led to a steal, which was good, but I actually was kind of surprised that Campazzo didn't just pull up. Again, Nas did a decent job at closing out, but that's still a wide open NBA three.
Yeah, you should be shooting that.
Yeah, Campazzo needed to shoot that, or shoot that. And then he kind of makes a bad pass to Dozier, which leads to a good steal. We got to give Wolves credit for that. And it leads to a nice Anthony Edwards finish. And again, Anthony Edwards running to the basket. That's going to be the highlight of today's video. It's just we're going to talk a lot about Anthony Edwards cutting to the basket because we need to see more
after that
of
basket. I think the Wolves went on a 6-minute drought or something.
Yeah, so we were on an 11 to 3
18
run.
seconds.
And then we go on a long drought here, and so this is where it gets tough as Wolves fans. Again, ball watching here, and miscommunication between Jake Layman and Naz Reid. You guys, they're both looking at PJ Dozier, both forget about Jokic, and he's just going to slip under for a wide open layup.
Yeah, at that spot of the floor, I think you need to switch, and Nas needs to step up, and Layman needs to go to Jokic.
Yeah. And again, highlights of the Wolves, there's way too many screenshots like this, where there's a man pulling up from three, wide open.
Yeah, Beasley should be closing out on this, and he does, but way too late.
Nah, I'm not going to count that as a closeout.
Yeah, that's not even a closeout. I thought he was going to.
So this is the problem with the zone that we try to run. Beasley just runs down into the paint, and now Monte Morris down 3. Timberwolves are down 3.
We're actually playing man here.
So what do? We leave the three-point shooter wide open. Malik Beasley's got to read that better and step out on him. That's just lackadaisical effort, so leading to a wide open 3. And you've got to want it more than that.
Because we were playing man off of our missed buckets for the most part in the 4.
Edwards.
Switch the zone if we made the shot.
And this is good defense by the Nuggets, but just bad shots in the fourth quarter by the Wolves.
Nuggets are on a 12-0 run.
We got Vanderbilt setting a screen here for Anthony Edwards.
Edwards taking out Jokic.
And we went away from getting easy looks here. Anthony Edwards in this situation with the defense collapsing on him, you've got to hit Rubio in the corner or kick it out to D'Lo here. You have the entire defense collapsing on Anthony Edwards here. And I would have liked to see him do a little scoop pass out to Ricky Rubio here in the corner for 3. Or Juancho.
I think Rubio is the correct pass. If he can see that in the future, I think he's just going to improve so much.
Yeah, I mean, he's right-handed, and so that would have been a good pass for him to make. I think he easily could have made that with the position he's in. But those are just those rookie mistakes that hopefully are going to get ironed out as he continues his NBA career.
Absolutely. I think he's shown tremendous improvement throughout 7 games, so I think he'll continue to improve.
Yeah. So again, bad shot. He gets he wanted the foul there. I understand that, but you got blocked, and now that leads to Timberwolves playing 3-on-4 basketball. Will Barton is either going to finish that or foul him. We fouled him, which is, sure, we fouled him. Better than getting the wide easy layup, but unacceptable there. You just got to get right back on defense there. So again, back to the D'Lo conundrum. We're down 6. You're an all-star talent. You've got Campazzo on you. You've got to find a better look than pulling up for a fadeaway turnaround jumper with 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
I agree. Or if you are going to fade the other direction.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a better look, but that's a tough shot. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah, and again, tough shot. Not a whole lot of motion from the Wolves offense there. Leads to a really bad shot by D'Angelo Russell. I actually don't think, I believe if I'm not mistaken, he had 30, he ended up with like 33 points, I believe, but he didn't score in the fourth quarter for the first, he didn't score until there was 3 minutes left, I believe.
Yeah, we only had 10 points until 3:30 left, or 3:16 left in the fourth quarter, where D'Lo gets a cherry picking bucket.
Yeah, so that's the D'Lo
conundrum. It was
conundrum.
Just Vanderbilt and A1.
Yeah, this is the D'Lo conundrum, is he can give you offense, it's just not that consistent, and he plays really bad defense. So coaches are going to have to, get to the whiteboard and figure out ways to fix that, figure out ways to get him in better positions to succeed.
And also notice how we are already in the bonus.
Yeah. So a lot of fouls here. And again, kind of bad offense, a lot of standing around, no motion. Going to lead to bad shots here. Again, I would have liked to see right here Anthony Edwards get the ball and just try and get to the rim. But instead, he dribbles it off his feet, leads to a really bad contested 3. And then leads to, I will say, I want to give Anthony Edwards credit, though. He immediately got back on defense and contested this layup. So right there, he hits the burners, speeds up, and actually does a really good job contesting there. So I want to give him credit for that, because we've seen him have the bad offensive play and then not get back on defense like the play before. So we got to give him credit for getting back on defense, contesting the wide open layup there. Great defense by Anthony Edwards there.
Results in the miss.
Exactly. So here we are on a 17. Nuggets are on a 17-2 run. And these are just the shots where it's like, what are you doing, D'Angelo Russell? It makes no sense to me. Just the shots that we're taking with how much time left on the shot clock.
And look how much space he has to drive to his left.
Exactly. And
he just refuses.
Exactly. Especially when a player like Campazzo's on him, it's almost comical because they know he's not going to drive to the basket, so they don't have to worry about too much defense as long as you can get a hand up for 3,
They just
break the ship. And these are the shots that are killing the Timberwolves. D'Angelo Russell taking bad contested shots with too much time on the clock.
Yeah, when the Timberwolves start getting in a rut, it seems like we kind of just abandon the offense and everyone starts playing me ball.
This was a good defensive possession. Highlighted that. Again, and pretty much, I believe all of the defensive possessions that we've highlighted have involved Vanderbilt.
Well, there wasn't much turnovers that weren't caused by
Yeah,
him.
absolutely. And even so, this one, he just plays really good defense on Jokic and leads to a bad shot. And again, Vanderbilt is just awesome. Actually, just something I wanted to highlight, like, Vanderbilt just takes off right here. You can see Vanderbilt taking off. If Juancho Hernangomez was Nikola Jokic, he'd have turned around right away and just bombed it down court.
Oh yeah, he's got an open layup right there.
Because you're going to lose it under 3 minutes.
So 4 minutes left. Again, like this is turning into the Jarred Vanderbilt fan club. And for good reason, though.
I mean, in that fourth quarter, there wasn't very much. He was one of the bright spots.
Exactly.
But if the rest was pretty ugly.
I mean, you know what? Props to Malik Beasley for finding him here for a good look. And I was pleased to see a lot of looks in the baskets here.
And
so, you know, Jarred Vanderbilt obviously can work on his free throw shooting, but that's not what we're focusing on. We just want to see him get to the line. Here we got another action. Like, good roll, great play. We need to do this more often. And all of these screen and roll plays are usually initiated with Vanderbilt setting the screen. He cuts to the basket here, gets in front of Jokic. D'Lo finds it for the easy bucket. Need to see more of that instead of those contested mid-range shots or contested three-point shots.
Agreed.
Good communication right there by Jarred Vanderbilt to get Culver to go out and cover
right
Jokic.
Here.
Nice job. How about that?
Good defense. So this was good defense, I believe, until this possession, where, again, this was great defense. Culver plays awesome defense here.
Better offense.
Well, so here's what I want to get to what I want to highlight. If we highlight on D'Angelo Russell, he's ball watching here, and that allows his man, Will Barton, wide open. So started out as a good defensive possession, but D'Lo had a pretty bad lapse here, where he's just ball watching here, and his man cuts right around him for a wide open layup.
Nuggets turnover, and instead it turns into some
Flat feet and ball watch.
Yeah, but again, it started, like I said, this started out with great defense from Culver, great defense from Beasley, and then just ended up in just a total brain fart from D'Lo. It just lets his man blow right past him.
Murray, who's been relatively quiet tonight.
This was good defense here. We switched very well on this. D'Lo actually contests very well on that. Juancho, you don't need to jump on that at all. But it was still, overall, this was a great defensive possession for the Timberwolves. We're hanging around here.
Yeah, I would like to see Juancho just sprinting to the other side at the trying to get a layup.
Yeah.
Off the miss. But
so D'Lo does a good job here.
no-
Honestly, I'll give D'Lo credit for closing out on three and then switching back onto Gary Harris and playing decent defense on him. So we got to give Timberwolves props here when they do play good defense. That was a great defensive possession. So I just thought the start of this play was funny. Just watch D'Angelo Russell. Gets the ball. 1, 2, 3, then dribbles. I just thought that was pretty funny. Pretty obvious travel that didn't get called here. Just takes a couple steps before he starts dribbling. And you know what? I'm not mad at it. It's fine. But it's like, I don't know what this is. I mean, we don't even make... It just looks like D'Lo is playing with so little effort right here. So nonchalant. And he just pulls up kind of for a lazy three. Yeah. No, and I understand. No, the Wolves. This is the problem. I think we just try and play hero ball too much. So, and if you look at our offense, pretty much everyone right now, besides Malik Beasley, is just standing still. Jarred Vanderbilt's got his hands on his knees. Juancho's standing still in the corner, and that's just bad shot. Great offensive rebound, but again, terrible shot by D'Angelo Russell. Things he's got to cut down on. No need to take that shot unless the shot clock is down within 4 seconds or something.
Before that replay, it was Juancho had pushed Barton in the back.
And here's a great look by D'Lo. And again, this is what we need to see more of. D'Lo cutting to the basket, cuts to the basket, collapses the defense, finds Jarred Vanderbilt. He got fouled. Vanderbilt's not the greatest free throw shooter, but again, those are the looks you need, and we don't see enough of. Just exactly. Exactly. So that's a great pass, great look by Vando. That's what you want to see from the Timberwolves. And it's still a 5-point game here with 2 minutes left. And this is just soft defense. I mean, there's really no excuse here. Malik Beasley's out of position now. And Murray's just wide open for me. And now the problem is with this, I will say Vanderbilt does have 4 fouls at this point, so he doesn't want to foul. But there's 2 minutes left of the game. You've got 2 fouls to give. You've got to contest this shot better. Great finish by him. Great finish by Murray. He switches to the left hand, but he just cuts through our defense like butter.
4-game losing skid after starting the season 2-0. Vanderbilt.
Yeah. And this, this play, I like this play actually. This is why I like Vanderbilt a lot. Because I think he's actually going to be a player that we'll find out that can do things like initiate fast breaks and kind of be a big man that can have some decent handles. I mean, here, tries a little Euro step. But I like that look. Vanderbilt's...
After starting the season 2-0.
He's quick for a big man.
Barton pulls down the rebounds. Jokic.
Yeah. Exactly. I want to see Jarred Vanderbilt at the 4, playing next to Cat at the 5. So this is another kind of poor defensive possession. Let's see. I'm not way too far. Vanderbilt's trying to deny the pass by staying in front of Jokic. But Jokic slips under, and that's just going to lead to a wide open basket for him. Jokic there's too many possessions where he's just scoring at will here. These are the D'Lo shots that, again, you have a player, a 5'11" Campazzo on you. You need to take this to the hole.
Gets the shot away. No.
Exactly. You have a good position right here to just finish to your left. Campazzo recovers on defense pretty well, and that's just, that's not a high percentage look. So that was kind of it, guys. I hope you enjoyed our first breakdown of the Timberwolves games. We will have more coming up. We just had a bad loss to Portland. We're going to cover a couple things there. Highlights from Anthony Edwards. But once again, my name is Will. Check me out on Instagram at mpls_outdoors. You can check out our full-length podcast on Spotify where we cover all sports. But this is going to be where our Timberwolves-focused breakdowns are here. A lot of positives coming from Vanderbilt and Edwards, but there's some questionable plays, a lot coming from D'Lo where he's got to tighten up. So once again, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Check us out at Across the Plane on Instagram and Twitter.
Jake the Rookie, that's THA like Across the Plane. You can find us on Twitter. And thanks for watching.